This is Israel's operation, and I'm not here to dictate timelines or terms.
Israel will not control Gaza in any civilian way. We will conduct any needed operation and military effort in order to secure our future.
Ignoring growing international calls for a truce, Israel is continuing its attacks on the besieged Gaza Strip. The United Nations Security Council, that was scheduled to vote for a ceasefire on Monday, delayed it until Tuesday morning. In the meantime, the United Nations Security Council members intensified their negotiations in an attempt to avoid another veto by the United States. A temporary pause was initiated in the negotiations to give more time to meet U.S. objections on the wording on the draft resolution. The U.S. said it cannot support a reference to a cessation of hostilities, but might accept a call for a suspension of hostilities. Negotiating the text, the Arab countries said they were encouraged to see the White House trying to find wording it could support, as opposed to simply vetoing resolutions. Meanwhile, the U.S. administration is getting increasingly divided. Some officials point out that while Americans are calling out the Russian war crimes in Ukraine, they are finding any number of reasons to justify large-scale killings of Palestinians in Gaza. An array of U.S. diplomats have visited Jerusalem to urge the Israeli government to change its military strategy. On his fourth visit to Tel Aviv on Monday, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin underlined the need to reduce harm to civilians and transition from high-intensity operations to surgical ones.
This is Israel's operation, and I'm not here to dictate timelines or terms. Our support to Israel's right to defend itself is ironclad, as you've heard me say a number of times, and that's not going to change. And we also have some great thoughts about how to transition from high-intensity operations to a lower intensity and more surgical operations.
Pressure has also been building on the Americans since December 12th, when the United Nations General Assembly voted by 153 to 10 to call for an urgent cessation of hostilities. But even as the United Nations General Assembly votes are expressions of wild opinion, they do not have the force of law attached to Security Council resolutions, which is why, in practice, many resolutions are ignored. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.